Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at noon starts now.
The situation in Ukraine becoming more dire by the moment as Ukrainian civilians continue getting caught in escalating Russian attacks, and fears are mounting that thousands of people could die in the coming days if humanitarian ceasefires fail to take hold. And then there is our weather, and it has been pretty eventful throughout the morning hours. So we want to get an update from Brandon on what to expect for the rest of the day after a spring-like weekend. Boy, things changed pretty quickly this morning, Brandon.
They did, and they were advertised that we'd be back into the winter feel. Temps have not moved since we started at 4:30 this morning. It's 32 Lapeer, 33 Pontiac, 34 at Metro. Storm Tracker 4 still shows more drizzle or rain, liquid through the heart of Metro Detroit, including parts of Washtenaw, Wayne counties. But some of the dark blues here, the snow is trending up toward the north and to the west, or northeast. So that will be moving into this area under a winter weather advisory for a grand total of 3-4 inches. You can see that the trajectory of most of the moisture is heading that way. We still will get some snow here. We have middle 30s and scattered lighter snow closer to downtown. Should be a slick commute, and your best weapon and tool is always the Local Forecasters app. Hold your phone camera right up to that box, that QR code in the middle of the screen. It'll link you right to our Local Forecasters app. It's free.
All right, Brandon, thank you. We want to turn our attention this noon to the war in Ukraine. Ukraine says that Russian shelling is still preventing the evacuation of civilians from besieged cities. Russia said earlier that they would allow humanitarian corridors so that people could leave Kyiv, Mariupol, Sumy, and Kharkiv today. But Ukraine branded the proposal, quote, immoral. After it emerged, many of the routes would only take civilians to Russia or its ally, Belarus. This comes after 2 ceasefire attempts collapsed over the weekend. As the pace and scale of the attacks intensify, so does the rush to escape for millions in Ukraine. Jay Gray has more.
Hey there, I want to give you a real-time look at what's happening here right now. And look at the families lined up here waiting on the platform for a train to Warsaw. All of these people fleeing Ukraine and now trying to get further into Poland. Hundreds of thousands of Ukrainians have made this trip to Przemyśl train station where we are. This is their first stop, and then they'll get on another train. And they're dealing with a situation that's just become almost unmanageable. So many people in this train station that there's no room left in the station. Now you've got another train here. It is fully loaded. It's on the way to Warsaw. You've got trains moving back and forth constantly. You've got buses doing the same thing. But unfortunately, they just can't keep pace right now with the number of refugees that are showing up in Poland. 1.5 million have left the country. Almost 1 million of those are here in Poland. And those numbers, they're going to grow dramatically over the next several days and weeks. That's the latest from here along the Polish-Ukraine border. I'm Jay Gray. Now back to you.
All right, Jay, thank you for that report. He's reporting from the east at the Polish-Ukrainian border, but that's not the only location where people are trying to attempt to flee. This is a live look at Kyiv, and which is further west in Ukraine, and it's around 7 p.m. there, so it's dark. This is Kyiv. It's a central train station. Crowds of people are trying to flee the Russian invasion there. Clarissa Ward captured some of that scene on the ground earlier.
This is a train that is going to be taking people to the relative safety of the western city of Lviv, and it has just been a chaotic scene here for the last few minutes. People have been waiting some hours for this train. There's been a lot of arguing about who's able to get on it. You can see people are just packed in there. People were originally calling for it to be just women and children. A man tried to get on the train. People started screaming at that man. You can see over here a number of people still just trying to pack onto this train. They've got their pets, they've got their family members. These are scenes that we've seen playing out across the country, but we were at the train station about a week ago, and it was nothing like this scene. There is definitely an intensification, an urgency as people are trying to get out of the country, out of the city, as we're seeing this push on the northwest and western parts of Kyiv. These trains are now packed full of people who are desperately trying to get out of the city as the sense and the fear grows that Russia is sort of tightening its noose, moving down across the south and towards the southern western part of the city, which would then mean that this city is totally encircled. And the fear is that they will lay siege to it. These people, some of them have been waiting here for hours. They've been pushing, shoving, desperately trying to get out. And it's just awful to see the fear in people's eyes.
Well, you can certainly understand the desperation there. That was Clarissa reporting. We do want to check in with Sean Lay. He's working on some stories for us for later today.
Well, here's the latest. Tony Pate of St. Clair Shores. He flew out of Metro Detroit yesterday, flew to Poland. At this hour, he tells me he will be at the border with Ukraine at any minute. Here's what's happening. Pate's wife, Ludmila, is from Ukraine. Her father, sister, cousins are all there taking cover when sirens sound, warning them of a possible Russian bombing attack. Now, from the moment of the Russian invasion, Pate and his wife in St. Clair Shores, they put out the call on their Facebook page that they could get relief for families into Ukraine if people donated, and donated they did. Every day last week, nonstop, people dropping off medicine, medical supplies, baby food, and cash donations that Tony has turned into body armor for the family members he's meeting right now, who will be driving trucks packed with that aid to the people who need it. Pate says his trip is going well so far today. We will be speaking with him here shortly as he crosses into Ukraine to deliver those supplies so many of you in Metro Detroit have given him to deliver today.
And be sure to stay with us here on Local 4 and clickondetroit.com. We will keep you updated with continuing coverage of the war in Ukraine as new information comes into our newsroom. We do want to get to breaking news just in. Former Michigan Governor Rick Snyder wants to avoid testifying in a civil trial involving engineering firms that are being sued over liability for the lead-contaminated water in Flint. That's because the former governor faces misdemeanor charges in that water crisis. He says that he has a right to remain silent. A judge has scheduled a March 15th hearing on Snyder's request that the subpoena be set aside. So we will keep you posted on what happens there. Also breaking this noon, the U.S. Supreme Court says that it will not revisit the Bill Cosby sexual assault case, which means the comedian will remain free. The court left in place an opinion by Pennsylvania's highest court that overturned Cosby's sexual assault conviction. Cosby was convicted in 2018 for drugging and sexually assaulting a woman in his home in 2004. He was sentenced to 3 to 10 years in prison and was released from prison in June of 2021 after the Supreme Court overturned his conviction, ruling his due process rights were violated. The state of Michigan is expected to receive nearly $800 million in a historic multi-state opioid settlement. The $26 billion settlement is with the nation's 3 major pharmaceutical distributors, including opioid manufacturer Johnson & Johnson. The settlement includes 46 states in total and will be distributed over 18 years. Michigan Attorney General Dana Nessel says that the settlements will provide communities the resources needed to end opioid addiction.
This settlement represents our best effort to hold accountable the distributors and manufacturers for the devastating impact their product has had on the residents of our state and our country.
Michigan plans on using its money toward a variety of programs, including funding for first responders support and also prevention programs in schools. Keep it right here. We will have an update new at 4, where Dana Nessel shares her personal connection to the opioid crisis. Due to the war in Ukraine, oil prices have soared to a 13-year high. Regular unleaded gas now at its highest point in the state of Michigan since 2013. And here are the numbers. Michigan drivers are now paying an average of $3.97 per gallon. This price is 60 cents more than this time last month and $1.25 more than this time last year. And expect more pain at the pump, as some insiders believe we could climb to $5 per gallon by May. Our consumer investigator, Hank Winchester, joins us now live this noon. It's very concerning, Hank, and I know you're trying to do your best to give us some ideas of ways to save.
Right, Rhonda, because we're all in this together, right? I just spent about $84 filling up my Ford SUV, so I feel the pain at the pump along with all of you. Listen, we've seen numbers as low as $3.59 at a Meijer store, as high as $4.40. But understand there are ways you can save. Take a trip with us around Metro Detroit and you'll see the gas prices going up and up, well over $4 a gallon. Nathan Bloom can't believe how much he's spending to fill up his SUV.
It's kind of rough. I've got to commute downriver, so, you know, I'm still kind of shopping for the prices.
Nathan's not alone. We're all feeling the pain at the pump. The prices now in Michigan, they're peaking, higher than they've been since 2013. But there are things you can do to save. Using your smartphone to check the prices of gas around town, and also changing the way you drive. It's all about just, you know, chilling out a little bit behind the wheel. You don't have to accelerate so much. Also making sure that your tire pressure is current, that you're filled up there, because any changes in that can affect your overall gas usage. We have so much more information for you, Rhonda, on the Help Me Hank page at clickondetroit.com. An opportunity for you to see real-time gas prices all over the area. And share with us your thoughts. If you see a great deal or prices that just seem outrageous, I want to hear from you. We'll see you back here live at 5 o'clock. For now, Rhonda, back to you.
All right, Hank, thank you. And definitely some great advice. And just limit your travel and try to do all those errands at once. So for those of you, speaking of traveling, along I-275, that is the growing construction project that is on that freeway and will be for the next year. Today, there are some new lane closures that you need to be aware of that will likely slow you down and maybe confuse you a bit, particularly on the southbound side of I-275, right at I-96 and M14. So if you want to go west on M14, you'll have to stay in the far right lane. The other two lanes to the left will take you across the median, with the center lane getting you onto I-96 East. Probably helps to actually be driving for this to make sense to you. And that tells us, though, it takes a week to 10 days for drivers to get used to this type of traffic change like this. So something to be aware of if you have to travel through that interchange. We'll be right back.